Hi, we're here today from CLEARBLAST to go through the operational instructions of the CLEARBLAST 150. Step 1, you can go ahead and hook up your hoses. We have a water hose. It's a standard garden hose. Now you want to hook up your water first before you turn your air supply on to make sure you don't run your pump dry. Next, you have your air hose, a simple Chicago fitting. Be sure to use your lock pin. Safety first, right? After that, you have your blast hose, also a Chicago fitting and a lock pin. And then your two twin lines for your dead man. Now these can go on either way. It makes it very easy. Unable to confuse it like other traditional sandblasting connections. Once you have those on, we go ahead and make sure you turn your water supply on. And then from there we can also turn on our air. Next, you're going to come around to our simple pneumatic control board. First thing you're going to do is put this into pressurized mode. That'll begin to fill the pot with water. Now you want water in here before you put dry material in. From here we can then put our material in. Today we have our garnet. You can use crushed glass, fine, standard. You can use coal slag, aluminum oxide, walnut shell soaked, wet soda. Many materials can be blasted through our machine. Now if you have some material here that you'd like to rinse in, you can use our onboard wash hose. And to increase the pressure, you can just go back to blast mode to finish rinsing in the rest of your material. I'm going to remain pressurizing. And then eventually you'll see here on your pressure gauge, your pot pressure will come to about 130 psi. You'll know that once your pump stops pumping. Now just go over our controls here. We have an emergency stop for safety purposes, as well as another emergency dead man on your hose as well. Now our pot's pressurized. Our pressure is at 130 psi, which means I'm good to go to blast mode. Now our trigger is live. Because my emergency stop is depressed, I can use this and it's still safe until I release the emergency switch. Now today we have a steel application which I want to hit hard. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my safety gear and we're going to turn this system up to about 90 psi when you're running with a 185 or as much as 120 psi if you're running with a larger compressor. Now before you go blast, you want to make sure you set your abrasive dose. Currently we are at about a turn and a half. We have a simple guide here on top of the machine to let you know what settings are best for which applications, or at least a starting point from which you can work from. So I have my abrasive dose open. I'm going to go ahead and release the emergency switch. Now once you've blasted your surface, you can then easily go to rinse down with one switch, down to water only. And that is your operational setup of the CLEARBLAST 150.